If you play fighting games, you already have half the mindset for painting and drawing. Let me show you why. Before we get started, this is an oil painting on paper from my painting series I called Stripes. Yes, I know Stripes doesn't sound super creative, but at least it goes right to the point, ain't it? Now let me explain my point in 5 points.
Fundamentals.
Defense, timing, spacing, anti-air, okizeme, and so on. Some of it you learn while you play because learning fundamentals clearly sounds boring. Same with art. You draw what crosses your mind and sometimes you think,
Oh, this could beneficiate an in-depth training in fundamentals.
but it sounds so boring. So let me reassure you. Training in fundamentals often brings immediate results. Same with art, sort of. You don't know how to draw a specific thing? Go into training mode. Set your dummy to whatever you need in order to buff that specific aspect.
Dedication to training.
This part echoes with fundamentals, but it's more specific. Ever spent hours learning a combo or labbing a character? Well, guess what? In art we do this too. Let's say you main oil painting. You can dive in ranked mode from the get-go and get a feel of the character, or go into training mode and wiggle around. Learn the normals, the specials, but in the end, whether you start in ranked or in training, you will definitely go through phases where you just experiment with the materials, random doodling, textures, compositions. To be honest, the number of things you can experiment on is infinite. All in all, just to sum up, you're not scared of putting efforts in training, and training can make you feel so alone. Well, at least it can make me feel alone. But what I want to say is, playing in a fighting game in multiplayer is like a conversation, just like fights in manga. Yes, if you didn't know, in manga and anime, fights are never anything else than a conversation. I could hold a 4 hours lecture on that topic, but we'll stick to the fighting games analogy today. Art is quite similar, except the 1v1 is you versus you. You train on your own, you can train with people of course, but at the end it's you and your canvas. All alone until the moment you show that canvas to someone. That's when the 1v1 starts. And it's still you versus you. Art is never you versus the world. But mostly. Art is also about quarter circles, hit combos and muscle memory.
1v1.
Talking about 1v1. As I said, it's all about you against you. Every defeat, all victories, it's all yours. And it doesn't stop here. It is you against you because first, you will often find yourself trying to push the limits of your abilities and understanding, not only of the art, but the world. Then it is you against you because you will have to answer at some point. Does this painting respect my personal values? Does this painting respect my morale? And so on and so forth. If your art is effectively paying respect to what you care about, then no critique will ever affect you. Well, only technical critique. Supposedly, you're allowed to change your mind on things. And I believe it is this ability to reflect on yourself and go on, as a fighter, that helps you becoming stronger. And this is called resilience.
Resilience.
Resilience. What a beautiful word. You accept defeat, you learn, you move on. Never take the piece from being steamrolled, always thinking, what did I do wrong? Sometimes you eat losing streaks for breakfast. Well, in art, we have the same issue. We'll paint 2, 5, 10 paintings that suck ass. Yet we don't give up. We don't give up because we know what's happening behind the scene, what's happening subconsciously. It's all about acuity and taste. The more you're acute with your art, the more you're likely to see what's wrong with your art. The more you have taste, the more you will push toward achieving something that answers those tastes. We feel satisfied when the taste curve and the acuity curve meet. but it doesn't last long. That's why we keep on pushing. It's kind of the same, innit? You have an ideal, a level of proficiency you want to reach. You know that training, learning the ropes and playing against other players will bring you there eventually. But when you reach that level, do you stop playing? I don't think so. Actually, I play fighting games too, so I know what I'm talking about when I say it. In fighting games, this moment of satisfaction doesn't last, and that's okay. The passion makes us learn resilience anyway. But I believe the most important thing is, we know it's only a matter of time as long as we put the efforts. And the efforts don't even have to be a cold and cruel moment.
Fighting game players already are art enjoyers.
You heard the man. Video games are the unification of visual art, music, cinema, 3D, and let's not forget all the coding. Even if coding is not art, never forget those who coded the games. And we choose our fighting games often based on its aesthetic, its feel, its ambience. Then we pick a main based on which characters resonate with us. So fighting game players are already having an acute sense of taste. So when you need a break from your beloved game, just grab a pen and do something. As for me, whenever I play fighting games at some point, I always end up thinking, what if the hours I dedicated to learn Aki I was painting instead? You can be sure I run to my workspace, motivated, ready to take ugly beatings. Now, do you want to see what I do with that mindset? Here we go. I just wish Luke and Luke mains were sent to Poland.